Dillian, if I can just grab a quick word, you've been very chilled out, earlier in fight week, but I think we've seen the old Dillian Whyte come out the last 2 days.
Bro, I'm the same, bro. I'm the same. You that paint me out to be this madman that goes around and do crazy shit, but I don't. I'm just chill, bro. I'm chill, though. When people start messing with me, then obviously, I stand up for myself. That's it. But I'm a chilled guy, bro. I'm chilled.
This is kind of what I've been saying to people. You are a cool guy, but was Moses maybe, poking the bear a little bit yesterday, and you had to tell him how it is?
I tell him just relax, bro. Take it easy, bro, because the tough guy thing is not for you, bro. You're a good boxer. You're a great prospect. You got a lot of potential and stuff, but don't try to give me this bad man energy because it's not for you, bro. Because, listen, I am what I am, innit? If you want to scrap, then fine, Me and my people, we're always ready for a scrap. It's not a problem, but I just try and be PG and just try and chill out, bro. I just don't want no problem, but if you want problem, I can also, you get me?
And what about in that face-off? Was there any more words exchanged?
No, nothing. He asked me to take off my glasses. They can see there's any wolf. Took my glasses off, and that's it. He wouldn't say nothing. He was looking at me, looking in my left eye. I was like, I should have just started in one care like that. Really, I was thinking, I should have just. He kept on looking in my left eye. I don't know why. So I don't know. People are strange, bro. I don't worry about people and what they do. I try and worry about me and what I need to do, and that's it.
Well, man of many talents here. And what is the answer? What is the answer to that question? He was asking the question. What is the answer to that question? He was asking, is it a wolf or a sheep? I think I know the answer.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a very versatile person. If I need to be a wolf, I can be a wolf. If I need to be a sheep, I can be a sheep. Sometimes a wolf's got to be a sheep. Sometimes a sheep's got to be a wolf.
Well, Dillian, you're in amazing shape, and I personally cannot wait to see you out there tomorrow night, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, and thank you for always being support as well. My respect, brother.
My friend, thank you. Good luck, mate. Right, we got Derek Ward Chisora. I'm glad to see the bandana with you.
Man, the Union Jack goes everywhere, bro. So motherfuckers around knows what time it is.
Obviously, we've heard you had a phone call with Dillian Whyte. Did you feel you needed to warn him about the talents of Moses?
But you know what? Now I regret warning him because he looks in fucking shape. If he wins this, I'll be the fool. He looks amazing. He looks in great shape. And hey, listen, I love Moses, but I want Dillian to win because he can retire happy. I don't want him to go out on a bad note. Moses, if he loses, he can bounce back easily.
You mentioned his shape. Is he reminding you a little bit of the Dillian that fought yourself in those amazing battles?
Yes. So I hope he can box southpaws like that.
You said you think he'll retire even if he wins. If you're asking me, I think if he wins, he's going straight for Derek Ward Chisora. What do you think about that?
Listen, if he wins, I'm challenging him on the night, and we're gonna get this fight on in December in Manchester.
How big would that fight be?
Huge, man. 50 fight, me and Dillian closing the showdown. Why not?
But what do you really think is going to happen? I know you want Dillian to win, but do you really think he's going to win?
We don't know. This is boxing, bro. This is boxing. We thought AJ was going to win against Daniel Dubois. What happened? We thought Daniel was going to smoke Usyk. What happened? It's just boxing.
And David, obviously, a lot of people see him as a little bit of an underdog, but how big would a knockout win over Filip Hrgović be for him?
David is going to knock Filip Hrgović out.
You're very confident of that?
I'm confident of that because he's got the right dancing partner, Adam Booth, so they're going to knock him out.
And Nick Ball, what do you think of him? You know what? I think Nick Ball's style reminds me a little bit of yours.
Nick Ball's a little miniature white Mike Tyson. So I got a poop terrier. That Australian boy ain't going to know what's going to hit him, bro. He's going to get smoked.
And just final prediction for the main event?
Listen, I want Dillian to win. I love Moses, but I want Dillian to win so he can go out with a high.
Derek, thank you for speaking to us, mate. Eddie Hearn with me. Eddie, I know you're very excited for these fights. It's not matchroom fights, but nonetheless, you're very excited.
I think you're wrong there. But
of course we got.
Okay, you're only a baby.
Of course, we got the very talented Ray Ford. So tell us a bit about Ray Ford.
It's a great fight against Nova. It's a great card, top to bottom. These cards sort of bring a culmination of a lot of people working together. Obviously, working with you boys as well. It's been great, and Ford's in a good fight tomorrow night. He's got to make a statement. I think he's up there with Sugar Nunes as the best in the world at 130. So he should be looking sensational in these kind of fights.
And this main event, in my opinion, it's one of the best fights of the year. I know it's not for a world title.
Really interesting. I mean, Dillian looks in brilliant shape. I think there's like a pound between them. But I've never seen Dillian look so lean and so in shape. So he's definitely in the back end of his career. And I think if he can get into the fight, I think it will be really interesting. But getting into the fight against Moses is a tough ask.
Is this Dillian reminding you of the Dillian that you kind of knew back in the day?
A long time ago. You know, when they were playing the clips earlier, like the AJ fight, it was 10 years ago. So, you know, I think Moses is a big favourite. I think his style is really all wrong for Dillian, but we'd be naive to think that Dillian won't come with bad intentions and just try and win this fight. He's a very rugged, very aggressive guy. So, you know, I think he's here to win the fight. Won't be easy, but it should be a cracker.
Eddie, thank you for speaking to us, and we wish your man the best of luck. Right, we've got I've got David Adelaide with me. David is ready for the biggest test of his career. David, just your instant reaction to that face-off.
Nothing, ready to rock and roll tomorrow. You know, these things are all for the media, it's not for the fighters realistically, so yeah, all good.
What do you see in his eyes? Is there any sort of, you know, a lot of fighters, they talk about, I saw something in his eyes before. He's quite a cold guy, to be honest. What do you see in his eyes?
Cold to who?
Maybe not to you, maybe not to you.
Don't say he's cold, he ain't cold. But yeah, it's just nothing, you know. Tomorrow night, I think he's been pretty dismissive of me as an opponent, which is the first I've ever had, you know, first time I've ever encountered it, so it's good. We'll see tomorrow, innit?
Is that like something you enjoy, you know, a bit of a challenge, maybe going in, yeah, you've probably never been the underdog in your career, maybe?
Don't think I have, anyway, it's not like this as well, so, mind you, it's not like this anyway, so, love bro, you likewise, but yeah.
And what will it feel like if you get the knockout tomorrow? Does that really open up the division?
When? No, say when.
Let me correct myself, when? Let me correct. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, we'll feel good, we'll feel very good. You know, to start something great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's happening next?
We'll see, man. You got to leave it for the others to decide. You know, I don't do that. So yeah.
David, best of luck, mate. Cheers, mate. Can we get a quick word, Adam?
Yeah, can we all get in the car though?
Yeah, little walk and talk.
Yeah.
Adam, you just arrived in Saudi. Is it yesterday or?
Whatever it was, a few hours ago.
Yeah. So how are you feeling ahead of this fight?
I'm looking forward to it. It's a really good matchup, and heavyweights always give you like a little extra buzz because of the power that they carry. But I'm looking forward to seeing what David does.
He was saying maybe it's potentially the first time he's been kind of underdog in his career. Maybe is there a different mentality because of that?
Yeah, I think David's the type of character that performs when his back's to the wall, and his back's to the wall because he's a big underdog in this one, and that's why I chose the fight, because he's shown me that without the stress, a bit of complacency sets in, put stress on him, and he raises his game. And Philip's the type of fella that you've got to do that with.
Adam, you've got the team photo going on, so I'll let you go. Thank you, mate. I'm with the legend Amir Khan. Yeah, come on, you got to introduce him correctly.
Bro, that's nice of you guys to say that. Honestly, like, I'm only just retired not long ago, but yeah, I mean, I'll be walking around and people say, you like the hospitality and the love I get here, and fans coming over to me saying, "Oh, we miss you. Get back in the ring again." And there's you calling me a legend, stuff. But I mean, it's amazing. You know, it's just boxing done good for me. I enjoyed the sport of boxing, and I'm glad I'm being remembered as a good fighter that, you know, served the sport well.
Well, listen, certainly one of the best talents the UK's ever seen, yeah. But some of the fighters we have on display Saturday night, the likes of Nick Ball, the likes of Moses Itauma, what do you think of these talents? Are they some of the best talents you've seen in a few years?
Yeah, Moses especially. I mean, Moses is yeah, he's a superstar, isn't he? Has everything it takes: speed, power, movement, and he's not really a very big heavyweight. I think you know, he's one of the smaller ones, but takes a good shot. But well, we still don't know if he can still take a very big shot, because I think this is a great test for him though against Dillian Whyte, because Dillian Whyte can bang. All right, so if he can take them, see, if I was Dillian's trainer, I'll tell him go in there and you got probably 4 or 5 rounds to try to get him out. Throw them big shots in, try to knock him out, because if you can try to box Moses, he's gonna be on. You know, you're not going to have a chance.
That's interesting. You think Dillian should go early? Because a lot of people are kind of saying maybe Dillian should take him to the later rounds. You think it's an early win for Dillian Whyte?
I think it's early because you have to understand Dillian's only getting older and he's not getting any younger, and also you know, he's not got the same tank he used to have back in the day. I mean, look, if it was a Dillian back in the day at his peak, he would give big problems. And he's, like I said, he can still give big problems to Moses. But this is a great fight for Moses. I think this is now coming of age fight where he's going to show how good of a fight he is. He has to show skill, power, movement. I think there's more pressure on Moses on this fight than there is on Dillian. Look, Dillian can, after this fight, God forbid he gets beat, he's just going to say, okay, fine, I'm retired. I give him my best try. I can't do it no more. Whereas with Moses, he's at his peak of his career. So he has to win this. So all the pressure is on Moses.
And listen, we know Moses is the talent, Moses is the favourite. But Dillian Whyte, he's in very good shape.
Yeah.
If he can pull this off, how big would this win be?
Massive win. I think he takes him back right to the top of the fighting against the top world champions out there. I mean, he's in that mix again. So yeah, we can see him then fight against someone like, I think Usyk might be a bit too far, but like maybe a rematch with Chisora's left. I don't know. I see Chisora right there in front of me.
He just said he wanted it. He just said he said he wants Dillian to win, and if Dillian wins, then he's coming straight
not only
through.
that, but I think the Joshua rematch is a good one. And then we've got a few good heavyweights in the UK. So yeah, and also the New Zealand one. What's he called? Who trained with
Joseph Parker.
I think that's a good fight for him. Have they fought each other before?
They fought before, yeah, and Dillian won.
Oh, Dillian beat him. Oh wow.
So that's a rematch that could happen.
Good rematch, and because the both fights have been looking good. If he wins, well, I know that he'd be looking good as well. I mean, look, it's boxing for you. Look, boxing always changes, and in the heavyweight division, it's always that one big punch. I mean, Parker's been looking good, but like I said, if Dillian wins his fight, I think he can fight Parker. He's got some big fights ahead of him, and he can make some big money as well.
And just aside from this fight, I saw you sat next to Hamza Shiraz.
Yeah.
What did you think of his big win in New York? Obviously, you're a man that's been over to America, done it. Yeah. What did you think of his big win in New York? It
reminded me a little bit of when I went there to fight Paulie Malignaggi. Yeah. And Paulie Malignaggi, American from New York, Italian background, speaks a lot, talks a lot of trash. Whereas with Hamza's opponent, he was talking a lot of trash as well, and tried to get under Hamza's skin, but guess what? Hamza kept composed and he went in there, and what a performance that was. Honestly, it was punch perfect. I mean, his jab was on point, strong, hit hard, and how we finished him off with that combination. Oh wow. And so that's why I think that you can rank him high. I think that he should be ready for a world title anytime soon. Like I said, he's had some great fights, he's undefeated. I think he's up there as one of the bright. He has a bright future ahead of him.
Obviously, he had a setback in that draw for the world title, but he's come back. He's overcome all the criticism.
Starting to make fights, and that fight against Adames. Adames is a strong fighter as well, and I don't think people give enough credit to Adames. Adames is a very good fighter. Has Salas as a trainer, and I've been watching him a long time ago. So when the Hamza fight got announced, I was like, oh, this is a hard fight. But it's a great test because Hamza wanted to fight the best. So big respect to him there. But I still feel that he won that by a round. It was a close fight, yeah, but he was a more cleaner fighter. Maybe Adames showed more pressure, but I think Hamza, in my opinion, he won that fight. And look, I think he proved all the haters and all, shut everyone up after that, with that last fight win. The way how he knocked out Belanga, the way he destroyed Belanga, he shut everyone up, and I think he definitely belongs up there as one of the top super middleweights.
Canelo next?
Look, Canelo's got a fight against Crawford, right? So if it is going to happen, it'll probably happen next year. Yep, next. But in that doesn't mean Hamza has to take time off. He doesn't wait for that fight. He still keeps himself busy. Maybe gets another 2 fights under his belt. Fills into that weight as well. So yeah, definitely, I think that can happen next year, early next year.
Like I said, always good to speak to the legend Amir Khan. Amir, thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Top man, thank you, bro. Right, Nick, if I could just grab a quick word from you. You've just had the face-off. I saw your face-off yesterday. I'm sure it was the same today. That stare you've got, it's kind of you're staring right through your man. Like, you're a pretty chill guy outside the ring, but when it comes to that face-off, you're trying to stare through your man, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, when you come face to face to them, you're thinking what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it. You know, thinking about the fight. Whereas right now I'm chilled and things like that. But then when it's time to go, it's time to go in it. So that's probably why I get that look on my face.
One thing I know about you is you're not really too bothered about the media stuff. I know that's not for cameras. So is it a case of you trying to set a marker down of exactly what you're going to do when you step in that ring?
Exactly, yeah, because that's all that matters really at the end of the day, doesn't it? The fighting, that's why we're doing this, that's why we're doing the interviews, the media, that's why people come out, because they want to see the fighting. So I try and make the fighting exciting as possible for everyone coming out to support.
I asked your good friend Andrew Kane how he thinks it's going to go. Obviously, Sam Goodman has said he thinks he's going to try and go through you. Yeah. And if we know your style, that might be a bad idea, which is exactly what Andrew Kane said. Is that what you think? Could it be an early knockout? That's what Andrew Kane's predicted anyways.
Yeah, you know, they talk a big game, don't they, these fighters, but you've got to get in there and do it. Yeah, it's all right saying it, but there's another thing doing it, so I just let them say it, but I'll do it. Yeah.
Well, we can tell Nick's ready, and Nick, can't wait to see it, mate.
Nice one, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Take care. Paul, can we get a quick bit with you? Paul Stevenson here. So, obviously, Sam Goodman, an undefeated Australian. What do you know about Sam Goodman? Have you watched much of his fights?
Yeah, I know everything I can know, you know. Do my job as a trainer, yeah. We've scoured what's out there, analysed, broke it down, looked at it. So, good box fighter. Decent, should bring a decent fight, you know, decent test.
I was speaking to another one of your fighters, Andrew Kane, and you know, Sam Goodman has obviously said he's going to try and meet Nick in the middle of the ring from the first bell. And Andrew said, you know, it could be an early night for him if he does that. Do you think that's the case?
Well, definitely, I wouldn't. I mean, if it was me, if I was Sam Goodman, I wouldn't walk into Nick Ball, you know. But again, you know, who knows what he'll try? We're ready for anything, and we know that when the bell goes, anything can happen. So. No one's ever been able to push Nick back unless Nick decides to go back to land the shot that he wants to land. So he'll do what suits him, and we'll do what suits us, and it'll be all right, I'm sure.
And obviously Nick, the only male current British world champion. Just how confident are you that he gets the job done tomorrow?
100% confidence. He's just getting better. You know, he's flying at the minute. He's coming into the peak of his life, his form, and he's the only world champion in Britain's got, the only male world champion, I should say, but he deserves to be the only male world champion as well with what he's done. And not an easy, no interim titles, no phone calls, you're champ, you know, none of that gear, no easy opponents, no easy champions. Done it the hard way, done it the right way, and you know, he's getting his desserts now. And anyone who gets in his way and tries to take the belt, you know, to quote Mr. T, pity the fool, you know.
What a good line from Paul Stevenson there. Thank you very much for speaking to us, and best of luck tomorrow night. Cheers. Right, we got Echo Esserman. Echo, obviously a massive main event here. What's your take on it?
Dillian looks in good shape. You look. It's going to be a mad fight. That's all I can say. I think Itauma's definitely got the right test on his hands.
Is Dillian there in the shape he's in? Is he reminding you of the old Dillian Whyte? You know, the Dillian Whyte that was really hungry and, you know, a real problem in that ring.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. He looks like, he's amped, and even when you look at the close-ups of the stare-up, he's definitely there. He's not been keeping it calm all week. He's just been keeping it simmering. He's gonna probably pop off in the ring.
Well, obviously you have been watching the career of Moses Itauma closely. It could be a tough night for Dillian Whyte. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, it could be a tough night for both of them, to be honest. It's that step up that Itauma needs. But for Dillian, he's got that young, fresh pop coming in. Well, it's not a pop, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Coming in to give him help. A bit like me when I fought Owen Cooper. So, yeah.
That's a very good comparison.
It could bring the best out of him, that's what I mean. So, yeah.
And obviously we've got a couple of other great fights on the card. Nick Ball's an animal, isn't he?
The wrecking ball. Yeah, he's an animal. He's just straight talking, straight to the point. He's just on job.
Nick Ball must be a fighter that you personally like, because I can see some sort of similarities between your fighting style.
Yeah, I like it. I like his style. He does all the right things. It's not
like some fighters care too much about looking too stylish and looking good and the flair. He cares about getting them out of there. That's what I care about as well. So yeah, I rock with that.
And obviously David Adelaide versus Filip Hrgovic. A lot of people see David as the underdog, but if he can get that knockout win, how big would that be?
There's nothing wrong with being an underdog. You know, for some people it spurs them on. Yeah.
That's something you love, I know.
Yeah, I love it. I revel in it. I remember Frotch told me I won't see much recognition in my career until I'm getting in them fights where people just write me up, and then obviously being the underdog I win. And it's true, but I revel in it anyway. Like, you get a hostile crowd, everyone's screaming at you, and then the first thing in my head's thinking I'm going to silence you. And when I do, it feels good.
And you know, speaking of your quality performances, when can we expect to see you back out there? You know, coming off the back of the biggest win of your career against Josh Taylor, when will you be back out there?
Yeah, it was the biggest win of my career. I mean, in a way to say, I've retired a 4-belt era undisputed champion, and like, much respect to him, credit to him. And I had my eyes on Brian Norman, but obviously he's fighting Haney now. That might be locked up in rematch clauses and whatnot. I want the next best thing, so I'm looking for that world title eliminator kind of fight. I'm looking at your Barrioses. I'm looking at the other people in the other belting bodies, trying to get some kind of a unification match of some sort. Yeah, I'm just looking at heads, and I want to take heads off, and I will take heads off soon because I'll be fighting hopefully October 25th, possibly, or at some point in November.
Well, the engine, he's ready to get back out there, and Echo, we can't wait to see it. Thank you so much, mate. Cheers, mate.